Today, I'm making one of those simple meals that never disappoints. Vegetable stew with beef, served with hot, fluffy white rice. And honestly, just look at this plate. The colors alone are already making me hungry. I started by preparing my vegetables. I'm using green beans, carrot, green pepper, and some fresh scallion. I like cutting my vegetables into different shapes and sizes because it makes the stew look even more colorful and appetizing. Next, I heated some vegetable oil in my pan and added my sliced onions. Once the onions started frying, I added my ginger and garlic mix. I allowed everything to fry together until the onions became nicely golden and the kitchen started smelling amazing. Then came my blended tomato and pepper mixture. I added it to the pan and allowed it to fry properly. This part is very important because I wanted that raw, sour taste of the tomatoes to disappear and for the sauce to develop a richer taste. Once the tomato mixture was nicely fried, then I added my spices and seasoning powder and gave everything a good stir. I added my meat stock. This is one of my favorite ways to add flavor to a stew because the stock already carries all that delicious beef flavor. Now it was time for the vegetables. I started with my green beans and allowed them to cook for just about a minute. I didn't want them becoming too soft because I still wanted that little crunch. Next came the carrots. Then I added my green pepper. I love adding the vegetables gradually because I want them to keep their color, freshness, and texture. And finally, I added my chopped scallion. Look at those colors. This is exactly how I like my vegetable stew. Colorful, fresh, and not overcooked. And of course, we can't forget the beef. I added my air-fried beef into the stew and mixed everything together, allowing the beef to soak up some of that delicious sauce. At this point, the stew was looking and smelling absolutely amazing. And finally, it's time to serve. I served my vegetable stew with some freshly cooked white rice. And honestly, this combination is so satisfying. The vegetables are still colorful. The beef is nicely browned, and that sauce with the rice. Absolutely delicious. Sometimes, you really don't need anything complicated to make a good meal. Just a few fresh ingredients, good seasoning, and a little love in the kitchen. And this is my simple vegetable stew with beef. If you love colorful, flavorful homemade meals, I hope you'll give this one a try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next recipe.